Explaining a reason Japanese. Let's go. 38 minutes, 29 seconds.
Okay.
ちょっと混乱があったね。私もちょっと混乱があったね。I was mixed up with must phrase. Like must and prohibition. Yeah. Sorry. すみません。38分29秒いきましょう。
So the next section is explaining a reason for something in Japanese, and that is using kara. Now I want to blow up some, not steam, but I want to mention that I don't like that Genki teaches this in this way in this lesson. I think they should have taught the other usage of kara first, because it's way more useful and way more common. And that is, kara can be used as a conjunction. You can connect sentences together using kara to mean because. 食べたから何々しました。So, because I ate, I did this. Or I ate, so I did this. And that's the most common usage of kara, in my opinion, is as a conjunction. I don't know, B さんが好きですから何々します。I like B, so I will do this thing. That is the most common usage of kara. But beyond this little sentence I'm talking to you about right now, I'm not going to cover it right now because it does cover it eventually. Instead, for some reason, it teaches you this usage of kara. It's not wrong, it's grammatically fine. I don't like how it sounds. I think I don't like it. But I'm going to teach it to you anyway. So, to say, basically, to explain a reason for something, you've got the reason plus, at the end of it, I guess, kara. So, for example, 忙しいですから, because I'm busy. I mean, it's not true. I do use this sometimes. But the other one is way more common. So, for these sentences, generally, you have to have like a situation before it. So, maybe in this situation, you might say something like, 明日はパーティーに行きません. I'm not going to go to the party tomorrow. Why? 忙しいですから. So, in the next sentence, you say, 忙しい.
Alright, so what he discussed about? Well, what he complained today?
Okay. Okay. So in this textbook, so how to use a kara. So it is wrong. So
it is wrong.
It is wrong for him, but so it is correct for the grammatically correct, but it is wrong. It is wrong in the conversation, like so generally people use 何々から何々 so not the end of から
Okay.
Yeah. That's all.
But do you agree his assertion?
Yeah, I think so. But so sometimes I use end of から
Excuse me. If you use, then you cannot say it's wrong. Wrong is very, very strong.
Okay.
You don't admit that usage. That is the way when you say wrong.
Yeah, so generally we often say 何々から blah blah blah, but so sometimes so I forgot to tell or so Japanese grammar can allow to なんていうのかな order. So how do you say that? So 言葉のオーダー、言葉の順番が逆でもいいみたいなルールがある。多分だからそれで、なんていうのかな、私は言っちゃうんだと思います。その最後にからって言う時がたまにあると思う。
In Japanese language, it allows speakers to swap the order. That's why change the order. That's why I sometimes happened to say the opposite order. But generally speaking, it's not. If you say correct, then it's wrong, right? But I don't think it's correct or wrong. It's just common or not common.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, here are the things. As Nicholas-san mentioned, what do you think Nicholas-san's idea? 読んで。
ですから、OK。ですからって最後の文章にはあんまり聞いてるんですけど、からってだけだったらカジュアル会話にはよく使われてるらしいです。
Do you agree? In casual conversation, it's used a lot.
からってだけ。例えばどういうこと？No.
It's just saying in the casual conversation, people commonly used.
から。
Commonly use it. No, you even just said earlier that, like, you changed the order. Like, and you said it is Japanese language's characteristic, but I do not think so. If you say something and you come up something else right after, you add. That's all. Like any language do that. You don't have to discriminate one language. So it's really normal. Then what Genki textbook bring up here? I know he said, so here's the things. There's two usage. Kara, end of the sentence, and kara, conjunction. And he is kind of express his like a disappointment. Like Genki only introduced end of the sentence usage all in sudden in this lesson 6. And they even didn't mention about this usage. But the reality is, I see more this conjunction usage. So Genki shouldn't have separated this topic like as the different topic. That's his opinion, I guess.
But so Genki textbook so maybe so for student, it's straightforward, more straightforward. So separated sentence. 多分パーティーに行きません。忙しいですから。So two sentence. It's more easier, I think. So that's why the Genki textbook chose separate. I don't know. I don't know the reason, but.
Well, you've never think about it, the reason? You have to think, right?
Yeah, so my opinion is like that. So Genki textbook want to become easier this grammar topic.
Absolutely, that's what I can agree with. Yes, the Genki textbook introduced this grammar probably because at this point they wanted to give the students to have this grammar of reason, to give the way of how to describe your reason. That's why they introduced this one, but they cannot introduce this one. Why? Because this one you have to conjugate. In order to conjugate, you have to explain the short form. So 忙しいですから generally speaking, we just say 忙しいからパーティーに行きません. For example, if it was a noun, not adjective, 元気だから blah blah blah. If it was like the verb sentence, then 疲れたから行きません or like you have to make short form. So until they introduce short form, they cannot bring up this から even though like they can bring up the usage, they cannot introduce because you have to take a step. Short form is the matter. They didn't pick up this topic here. But still, they wanted to give the student to describe the reason. That's the reason. But the implication is here. パーティーに行きません。忙しいですから。And, the learners only have this way of using パーティーに行きません。忙しいですから。And for example, on the Hello Talk, a lot of people, like, they collect and they saying 忙しいですからパーティーに行きません。 because they think this is wrong sentence, and they correct it, because you see in the text we definitely do not choose to write this way, right? Because you have time, then you can make construct a sentence, so you can say the reason first and consequently later the latter. So, but what you have to emphasize here is fully conversational. Yes, as Nicholas-san mentioned, this is fully conversational. As you even mentioned, in the conversation, you just say, utter something, you just come to your mind. Then another come to your mind. Then another. パーティー行きません。忙しいですから。Like, one by one, the casual sentences are so short and just put one by one, right? So you don't give you a time to think or contrast a sentence structure. It's not casual conversation much. Your face so totally perplexed. Go.
難しい。なんだろう。ニコラさんの。
Yeah, Nicholas-san's example is really good. So you said できません. Then some people like seems really unsatisfactory. That's why you add the reason. 忙しいですから. Yeah, otherwise you wanted to mention. You might not wanted to mention one way. Or you wanted to convince more strongly. That's why you add another element to convince the listener. 忙しいですから. Yeah, that's totally common. But only happen in conversation. So you have to remember this is conversational usage, generally speaking. No, it's not generally. It's really definitely like, yeah. This is wrong. If you write this sentence in the essay, teacher definitely correct this way.
Yeah. So opposite.
Or even this is omitted. Yeah. But conversational speaking, we don't care much about short form, long form rules. That this also would allow. 忙しいですからパーティーに行きません, right? Okay. So the point is, this is conversational. As far as you remember, this is conversational. It's okay. Just go for it. Yes. Okay, let's go. Next topic.